Hi, welcome to the Stockinit Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as J-Nip.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 212. Woohoo! The one mid-May.
Yes.
The one mid-May. How's it going?
Pretty good.
I think I know.
Yeah, we did a lot of kid running around this weekend, and then I don't know, tried to knock down some retreat list items, which were very successful. And then, yeah, I don't know. I was going to say that today I had a workout that, proved that I have a lot of work to do. Yeah, it was a lot of burpees and running, and those two things get my heart rate just kind of redlined the whole time. I don't know how to catch my breath when I'm in those things. And I didn't do too bad. It was just a matter of and of course I'm partnered with my gal pal, Darcy, who's like a little engine. She can do that stuff all day long. I don't know. I felt like I was slowing her down. Big boat anchor on her. On her backside during the workout.
Yeah, when I was running today after work, I was thinking oh man, I swear I was in better shape last year before the ZK 5K, and then I was like, wait a minute, it was a little later. Just a few more warm days to be had.
Yeah.
To get
more
some
weeks of running.
Yeah, to get some training in. So cutting myself a little bit of slack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you should.
Yeah, but probably not too much. I probably shouldn't have the winter slide and then have to dig myself back out of that hole every year.
I know.
But I can't convince myself to run indoors. Maybe one of these days being outdoors is part of what makes running enjoyable to me, I guess. So.
Yeah, I think my thing about the winter slide, right now I'm finally getting into the point where I don't feel like eating all that junk. It's been at least a month where I'm I'm hungry and I don't care. I want to eat whatever I want right now, and I'm finally getting over that. And so, I don't know, willpower or, proper levels of, I don't know, getting what I needed so I don't have that weird craving in the middle of the afternoon where I'm must have chocolate or whatever the thing is. It could be chips, it could be anything bad for me.
I hear ya. I've been pretty much living on caffeine lately. My middle child has been having some sleeping issues, and it's being reminded of what it was like when they were babies and you didn't get a full night's sleep, right? That contiguous sleep makes such a big difference. The same amount of sleep broken into 3-hour chunks, not the same. 3 plus 3 does not equal 6.
Right.
In sleep math.
No.
So
very true.
Yeah, if I've got black circles underneath my eyes, that would be why. But yeah, living on caffeine. Takes a lot of caffeine to keep this train going. I went up to Shepherd's Harvest this past weekend, which was a nice little, I guess I came back feeling a lot more ready to take on the retreat stuff, right? Pause and, I'm excited to get, I was starting to get worn down. And so I took a pause, had a little kind of, not staycation, but not really a vacation. Jeremy pointed out to me that where I was staying in Minneapolis with Corey was just as far from the Washington County Fairgrounds as it was from our house. So I wasn't really buying myself much. But it was part of the experience. It was fun. So, yeah. But it was very cold. It was sometimes in May. Shepherd's Harvest is sweater weather. Really rainy the day before and then very windy on the day of. And I don't know if that chill in the air put me in the buying spirit, but I was just leaking money. Oh, I love that. Oh, I want that. Oh. At one point I was okay, I need to pause and I need to know how much I spent bought Ellie, and I don't have it here, bought Ellie like a yarn puzzle because she likes putting puzzles together, and it was just like...
Yeah, I spent 2 hours watching soccer in that weather. I was very tempted to be like the weird mom on the sidelines doing jumping jacks because it was so cold.
Yeah, no, sitting is about the worst. So like some of the vendors in Shepherd's Harvest were standing on that concrete cold floor and not moving, right? And it's like, that was not good. That could not be good.
And there wasn't much of a windbreak in the barns, or?
Some of them, I think they had a catch-22 because some of them had the doors open because they couldn't get good coverage to run the cards, so cell coverage or data coverage. And then once you were in, it just kind of emanated from the floor. Like it was just cold. But you know, when you're walking around and you're excitedly talking about yarn and whatever, then it's not as bad. So, but
way to stick in there, vendors.
Yeah.
Megan was giving her money away.
I guess. It really wasn't that bad. It felt like a lot because some of the fabulous vendors for the ZK Marketplace were giving me yarn to give away to the retreat attendees. And so I had to make like 3 trips to the car, which was just like seriously. I mean, we were parked pretty close, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But like at one point I just felt like, oh, Megan, you should probably stop. But I'm having so much fun, my brain tells me. Whee! I can't knit right now because it's so busy, but I could sure buy.
Yeah, I kind of had some like online buy during that cold weather. I bought 2 pairs of shoes on the same day, like athletic shoes, which like if I'm in the mood to buy shoes, it's usually not athletic shoes. So that was interesting. But
yeah,
2.
Yeah, I don't have it to show, but I just thought I'd give people like a heads up on a great deal. Mr. Yarn is divorcing me. They're going out of business.
Oh,
yeah. Oh. So they emailed me because I had a store credit, like for one of my Christmas presents. Somebody must have given me a gift certificate, or maybe a retreat attendee had given us a gift certificate to Mr. Yarn. And I had some outstanding, and they were like, you need to use this or it's just going to go away because we're closing our shop. And so they've got some really increased deep discounts on what they've got in shop. So, yeah, go check it out. My sweaters quantity of Malabrigo Rios ended up being like $30 or something like that after my credit and their discount. And it's going to... Look at you with your mechs. Who am I? But yeah, oh goodness, that felt good, huh? Yeah, Mr. Yarn. They didn't really provide much detail on why they were no longer doing it, but I'm sure if you already had a gift card outstanding, you probably would have gotten an email. But if you like, they've got Malabrigo and Madelinetosh and whatnot, so.
No, I always would check their site to see if they had a color I wanted, because their shipping threshold usually was really low.
Yeah. I think it was at one point it all shipped free, right?
And then, it used to be, but then
at like the $75 mark, it was it was a pretty big discount, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, cute little yarn man logo.
Yep.
Wah wah.
He's on his way out.
Yep. Poor Mr. Yarn. Bye, Mr. Yarn. All right, in Administrati, we currently don't have a KAL going on other than the self-striping and the Persian Dreams. But we had a drawing for the Masterpiece Knits, which we reviewed, and had a sweaters quantity of fantabulous, beautiful, beautimus yarn from Dragonfly Fibers in the Genie.
Yeah.
Genie base, which is 420 yards of MCN in the Sugar Shack. 5 skeins. What? And then the fabulous book, Masterpiece Knits, a modern collection. And so our prompt was what masterpiece would you like to see inspire some knitwear or a colorway? And there were some, we went down that rabbit hole. Yeah. We were doing the drawing. There were some really pretty ones, including some which you can't see. There's a painting up above us that reminded me of my cheap painting up there. That I could, if I wanted to like upgrade or add another piece of artwork to the walls, I could do. And you said you recognized that you had some of the prints as well?
Yeah, a lot of them from the Chicago Museum of Art. Not prints. I think I like bought a magnet and little things. But yeah.
So good taste, folks. Yeah. So it was 2 through 93, and the winner was number 25, Runner 8572. That was Jen, and she chose Riverbanks by Surratt. Is that what we decided it was, Surratt? So Jen, if you want to contact me, I will get that shipped out to you. Depending on when you contact me, just know there might be a delay because the retreat is like
it is soon. Yes, it's the monkey on our back, the axe over our head. I don't know. It's looming.
It's looming. It's like looking down on us going, are you ready?
Yeah, we're coming.
Yep. It's number 25, Runner 8572. Contact me and I shall get that out to you. And thank you to the wonderful folks at Dragonfly Fiber Arts. That was a very generous prize and a fun book. Inspired by masterpieces.
Right. My pattern was far away. Darn it. So, finished objects. I do have one. It is my forever socks. They are done. Look at this.
Christmas in May.
Christmas in May. Absolutely. Huzzah. They're done. They're done. They're done. They're done.
Yay.
They're done. They're done. They're done. I am so excited that.
Are your feet cold?
Not really, but I don't have socks on. I wore my shoes without socks. They're not all birds, but it was fine.
Hi, sir.
I saw you got a shout out from them on your Instagram post.
Yes.
So, yeah, I love the colorway. Love pattern. Blurred lines by the lady here. Blurred lines by that lady right there. You are a stink today.
He's like, I just didn't know. You knew I was here.
Are you a bird? You're like a parrot. Squawk.
I told you that he looked like a parrot cat with those, or not a parrot, pirate cat with those black outlined eyes, the smoky eye. Yeah. But those are some fantastic socks.
Yes, so they're done, finally, and done. And that was all that was finished.
Yeah, I have a design that I finished that isn't fit for consumption, although it's not, there's certain portions of it that aren't secret, but there are some portions that are secret. I finished another week, another pair. This is the Expanding Community pattern, and I decided to do an asymmetrical toe, which basically just means I gradually increase on the one side in a toe-up sock. I don't know what struck me to do that, other than I kind of got past the like really rounded toe part, and I was like, you know what, I really like my skews, like how the toe fits. And what the skew is doing is basically that, right? You get kind of like the notched toe, and then it just kind of gradually increases on that one side, and the other side stays straight. And then you just have to do it the opposite way. In fact, you could do it on the same way, and then just have to remember which side to put the patterning on. For the toe. Something a little bizarre to me about looking at these toes. I don't know if it's because I'm so used to looking at sock toes that are like the nice little rounded toe, but like, I know that this fits my foot like a glove, but like, it just looks weird. Like, my feet aren't shaped like that, but they are. Like, it's like life imitating art and retaining life. It's like, no, that's really, maybe it's not like that.
What feet look like, yeah.
Yeah, that's really what feet look like. I don't know. It just seems odd to me. like when I look at it. But I really liked the way that this looked in garter. And so the expanding community just makes those little garter ridges really pop. Spacious OMG heel, which fits me. So these are a very well-fitting pair of socks. Can't say enough good things about the yarn. It's a Corriedale base. And I've heard from multiple people that Corriedale wears really well.
Okay.
And I can see that. I mean, it's got a soft hand, but it's not like super soft. It's Yarn Geek Fibers. I kind of wanted to get it on the needles so that if I absolutely loved it, she's going to be at our retreat marketplace, and I'll be like, grab me some more. So it's her Super Geek, which is 25% Corriedale wool and 25% nylon. So that higher nylon content will help as well. And it's the Cloud Smiles SG 1008. And a lot of her colorways are named, Super Geek yarns are named for women who made groundbreaking discoveries in sciences. Look them up and you will be inspired. So I don't know what Cloud Smiles is. I need to look it up, apparently. She's telling me to. I thought this was really cute. I didn't use it. I was trying to keep track of how I did the toe for the other toe. But she's got, you can write the pattern and the date and the yarn you're using, because it's not literally the label, any project notes on it. And it was just an extra little card that was in on the skein.
Yep.
Max, you get around, buddy. It's just like alternating between us. And very substantial skeins. Like, these are pretty tall socks for me. Wow. And I've got quite a lot left over. I also finished Ellie Rose Rollers is what I was calling them, which are just kind of like the Rose City, but toe up. I had to make her take them off. So like normally she takes her socks off and her feet really stink, and she was like, Mom, these don't stink. And I was like, okay, but like this is the 4th day in a row you've worn them. Like, maybe we should take them off and wash them. So then we were going up and she wanted to wear them for the weekend so that we could have matching socks, which was fun. But I had to wash them and then lay them out here and turn on the ceiling fan and make sure that we got them ready. Yes, that's what moms do. They prepare laundry for your special occasions. I really like the nonchalant, like, so have you done any sock washing lately? No, Ellie, I haven't. Oh, I was kind of thinking I'd like to. Anyway.
Was it this pair in particular, like the shorties, that she really liked?
She loves the shorties. She loves that her feet don't stink.
Well, I figured that would happen with her other socks that you've made her as well, but...
Yeah, I guess they were tall.
Okay.
And it could have been those colors. They were Sun Valley Fibers, very bright pink. And I think having matching socks with me, I guess. I don't know. I don't think that, have any of my other ones been matching socks with mine, like with my leftovers? I probably would have went no, because they wouldn't be able to get long enough. And so I'm doing it again. I could just cast on a toe of a sock for her out of this same Yarn Geek Fibers. And I didn't weigh the ball or the leftovers, and I asked her, I was like, I would be able to make them significantly taller with this one because I've got a lot more, and she was like, no, I want rollers. So I think she likes the shorty socks. And I was like, would you like it if I put like a cuff at the top too? I mean, it could still have like a cuff at the top, like immediately after turning the heel, just go into ribbing. She said, no, I want it to roll. And I said, okay. So I just kind of stumbled into something that my daughter really loved.
Okay, good.
Like, she couldn't tell me why she didn't wear the socks before, but now she can tell me why she wants to wear them. So, yeah. I've just been designing and then trying to fit in some rows on socks, I guess. I'm the most interesting knitter in the world.
Well, you're inspiring me, because I might have to find some leftovers that are, like, significant enough and make Lucy some rolly socks.
Yeah, she might.
Sounds quick.
Yeah, they were pretty quick, and she may enjoy the shortiness as well. Like, could be shorties for shorties.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And she'll wear the socks. It seems like they're just outgrowing them left and right.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, oh, those fit your brother, but now they don't fit him anymore, and here they're yours now. And then all of a sudden, like, it barely feels like a month, and it's like, oh, those are out of your depth, too.
So here's my catch-22. My kids will actually wear the socks if I put a heel in them.
Oh, no.
You know? Like, they don't like the tube socks for whatever reason. I can put shaping in to make sure that they stay up, you know, like decrease before the ribbing. If it's, I don't know if it's just the kind of the makeup of their foot, but if I put heels in them, they'll actually wear them. But then they outgrow them so fast because they've got heels that kind of limit. So I don't know. I will say that I think that those Rose City rollers are the best fitting for her because she kind of has, she has a thinner foot, as we mentioned, a very thin foot. And so the heel really hugs right there with the Spacious OMG. Like if you had done an actual gusset, it would be a lot roomier. But throwing that Spacious OMG in them, I think, helps kind of anchor it.
Have people been doing a different short row one in them too, or just the?
Well, they're top down gusset as they're written, I think. Yeah. So I'm doing it the opposite. Well, I'm a toe-up sock knitter, but I started them from the toe-up because I wanted to go as far as I could go with my leftovers split in half, right? So I guess I could have done them the traditional way on this one because I have so much leftover yarn, but I am making a dent in my sock stash, but then I'm replacing that dent probably with more. Yeah, pretty quickly, and then probably with more.
Yeah.
And then the sweater quantities are starting to really kind of give me the evil eye. Like, I'm going through sweater withdrawal.
Got it.
I was commenting this weekend that I haven't knit a sweater in what feels like forever. I was then ridiculed because I had just finished my Irish coffee, and then I went out to my project pages, and hello, my name is Megan, and it has been 13 days since I last had a sweater on the needles, and it feels like painful. I want it, but I have to prioritize other things right now.
Yes.
And maintain my year goal of knitting a pair of socks a week. So, and I'm doing pretty well. I think I'm ahead of the game with some of these shorties worked in. So, now you know all about my works in progress and my finished objects, because that is all.
That is it. So I've been enjoying working on my Euro
Sport flax.
Yeah, Euro flax sport, I think. And it has grown. I added the second ball, and it's got the sleeves now, just barely. And so I think 5 more inches, and I'll be doing a little shaping and binding off. So I'm excited.
Yeah. I can totally see you wearing that.
Oh yeah. I really think it'll be.
It's almost as if you chose that project.
Yeah.
Because you would be wearing it. That's so weird.
Yeah. Very strange. I do want to block it nice and wide. I think that linen likes to be airy, roomy.
And you could you're obviously going to have to put a tank or something underneath it.
I'm going to rock my bra under this one. It's hot pink. Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah. I thought you were, so I thought I would better mention that you should probably put a tank top underneath it. But no, it'll be, you could really, if you went kind of matchy with it, then it would, is it reverse stockinette on the right side? Or is this reversible lace?
Reversible lace.
Okay. I interrupted myself, but yeah.
So yeah, it'll probably need a good blocking around where the pattern is. So I think this will block out nicely, and I'm excited.
Pretty.
And again, once it got back in my, it got my attention again. It's been enjoyable, and it's been calling me.
Yeah.
As something that wants to get
I remember
worked on.
I was going to say, you could do matchy, or you could do that bright pink. As a tank top underneath and have a lot of contrast with that lace, right?
Yes, because there is a side panel that's fully open lace, and then just the looseness of the weave or knit in the top. But so that
was a swimsuit cover up.
Yeah,
you could see your pretty swimsuit underneath.
Peeking through.
Peeking through.
That's not
Peekaboo.
anything. Did I show my Star Wars socks here?
I think you mentioned that you cast them on for May the 4th.
Okay, but I didn't show them. Okay. Sorry. One more.
You got your crazy zombie squirrel bag.
I do have my crazy zombie squirrel bag. This is holding my May the 4th socks. So, whoa! So it's got the Obi-Wan knitter that's got a little orange in it, and then the orange complement. Bam! Bam! BB-8.
I should say so, yeah.
So,
what patterning are you doing?
I'm just doing, I don't know, my own thing.
Make it up as you go. Fun. Yeah.
So I'm liking what I'm doing. We'll see. It could end up out there somewhere. I don't know. We'll see when I get done. Sometimes
in
I'm
a galaxy far, far away.
It's sometimes when I do something, I'm like, oh, I can't write that up. Like it was fun and it was interesting, but writing it up would just be too much brain hurting. Like it hurts and all sorts of things going on there. But no, this one would be a very simple write-up, so I think that's probably more likely than the other things that I've had.
There's the fine art of balancing simplicity with, interest. Like interesting.
So this is most of a shawl, and it's going to block out really beautifully, but I ran out of yarn. Oh. And I made a call out on Instagram, and somebody tagged somebody, and before I knew it, somebody was going to bring some to ZK. Cool. So I will get to finish my beautiful little shawl here.
And Marin?
Yes, the Marin shawl. And this is a Sanguine Griffin colorway.
Super, super smushy.
Yes.
With all that garter, and then it's a very beefy base, right?
Yes, it's sport. And anyway, so I was playing Yarn Chicken, lost, and had to put that away. So it's as far as I can take it for now. And then this got the
breathing space.
hem bound off.
Ooh. So, and a true try-on. Did it look fabulous on Gina?
No, I didn't put it on Gina, and I don't even remember putting it on myself. So, yeah, I was ready to cast on that sleeve, apparently. So I didn't go down a needle size on the hem, and I don't know why. And so now I'm like, well, hopefully I don't regret that later, but there's always extra yarn.
The neckline? Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I couldn't remember from the pattern.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a needle change up here. Yes, I did this one. And down here. Blew past it. So, if I get this all blocked and said and done, and this is not pleasing, I will have to rip it out and go back and redo it.
But like you said, you'll have an extra yarn.
Yeah, and
so it'll be tighter.
Yeah, it'll definitely have enough yarn to redo it in the right gauge if it bothers me. So, there's that. So I am on my second ball of the gray. And yeah, good thing I have a third for this blousiest of this. But Megan and I were talking, and you could probably get away with it being less if you were not making it as blousy. Doing fewer decreases or increases.
And then also you could do something very expedited with the sleeve.
Yeah, cap sleeves or something, So and I decided to go ahead and rock the double points on the sleeve because I was feeling like it was moving faster that way. And yeah, it was fun. And then I put it away, and the linen was calling my name. And
without trying it on. She was like, I'm not going to try you on. I'm putting you away.
You know, I don't know.
Like, to me, when you bind off something and it's not all needle bound, I just feel like, I can try you on. I don't know. It's like a freeing moment, right? Like, I don't have live stitches, really. I can try it on.
You know, and it's been a blur. Maybe I did, but I just don't remember trying it on. And I know that I didn't put it on Gina.
Is that a really vivid dream that I tried that on, or?
No, I honestly don't remember because this wasn't blocked yet, and maybe I was thinking I wouldn't like how it hugged me because it wasn't blocked yet.
Oh,
I don't know.
I always like hugs.
No, well,
I'm a hugger. Amy's like, yes, you are.
So that is that. And I did not realize, I mean, this isn't a terribly small ball, but it's like getting down there. I need to wind my next skein. And that is all that is fit to be shown.
Okay.
And I have purchases that I haven't shown you guys in a long time, so
yeah,
they're stacking up.
And then you also have, are we going to mention the DelaQ?
Yes. So we had a review.
Yeah.
Of the DelaQ bats. And the one that they sent me originally,
we had chosen the wrong one for Amy's purposes.
Yeah. So they had,
would you like me to hold it up?
I had said that I had wanted something to put my double points and circulars in, but we chose the one that also does long straights. And so you could only put the double points into this bottom one, and then the next ones up were for straights. So that wasn't necessarily going to work for what I needed to do. And DelaQ, bless their hearts, or not even that sounds wrong.
They watched and
they saw that I was gonna have problems, and they were like, no, you can't use that one for what you want to do. You need the perfect one. This is the perfect one. And so they sent us a different one.
How is that for customer service?
I know, right?
So this is a good one, they said, for kind of a newer knitter,
right.
Perhaps somebody that has those longer straights, doesn't have a lot of the interchangeables.
Right. Right. And the one thing, so I had everything in here, and it was a little challenging because there was only one row of the circulars and not enough spaces for my double points. So what I will say is that all my double points are in here except for the ones that are in projects. So it's looking pretty good, and I might want to go buy a 10.5, some more 3s and 2s and 1.5s because I have missing spots. And then I will say for the center panel, though, I did not realize that most of my circular collection is sock weight. So these individual tabs say the stuff, but they only start at 3. So they wouldn't, they don't exactly work for all of my needles because I have 0s, 1s, 1.5s, 2s, and 2.5s. So I have a lot of the sock weight ones that, so they're in here. There's a few that were not labeled in the front, so you can put anything in there. And then I didn't have some of these sizes I didn't have, so I was just sticking them wherever. So I might just need to change the labels up a little bit. But that's alright. Or I could, remove them completely and come up with my own system. But I do know that they sell a sock version of this. So there is a sock, circular, and double points one as well. But I think for what I'm doing, I think I can just change the labels. And I think that'll work just fine.
Yeah, and it seems like a lot fit in there.
Yeah.
I mean, like, This had substantially more, but it, you said, like you said, not everything fit in there quite right. They packed a lot in there in that kind of shorter case.
Yep, and you get 2 of the like darning needle or scissors or whatever, pockets, cables, just anything that you might have that you would need to reach for when you're also reaching for these other things.
So you could also, instead of just double points, you could also put your interchangeables in there too, right?
Maybe. I know that they do sell an interchangeable one as well. So it comes with an accordion card of all of the different styles of the needle cases that you can get. And I noticed that they had a sock version that looks very similar to this, not as big, that has just spaces for the smaller size needles and smaller size circulars. And then they also had one that was just double points, and they had one that was just for your interchangeables. And and I do have an interchangeable one that is purple that my original Addy Turbos are in. So my Addy Turbo interchangeables are in, and I really like it. That case is like really small. It's not as tall, and it's nice and compact. But it is a roll just like this one. It just folds up a lot smaller because there aren't as and then I think the cables go into a side zip. Okay. The longer way. Like, now I'm forgetting, but I think that's how it goes. Yeah. But I really enjoy that needle case as well. Yeah. But like I said, I'm missing some spots. Like, I didn't have 1.5s.
When you put them all together, it's easier to take inventory.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you to the DelaQ folks and Della for making sure that we had the bag that was correct for our purposes. And then this one's going to the retreat attendees.
Yeah. So it will be a giveaway for
generosity
some awesome
abounds.
Yeah. Awesome. So and I love my new needle roll. I think I'm going to.
It didn't take you too long. You've been doing a lot of organizing.
Yeah.
So it didn't take you too long. I mean, I guess you had already kind of put them in here, but the transfer was like zoom, zoom.
Yeah, I just needed to double check as I was pulling them out, because this one wasn't labeled. And just make sure, like, oh, yep, those are zeros, put them here. And, oh, yep, those are 3s here. Yeah. And I think I had doubled up on some of the larger sizes, and in this one I got to put them in their own spots. So, very cool.
Yes.
And like I said, I feel like, oh, wow. I now know, like, I have a lot of ones. And that's my go-to sock is the 2.25. And if you knit more than one pair of socks at a time, you need more. If it takes you from December to finish yours. This is like 2.5 years. That's not even. That's just ridiculous how long these took.
But I like a fine wine.
Yeah, in November I'd get in the spirit and I would knit on them, and then Christmas would like start to annoy me and I'd put them away, and then and then another year would roll around and I'm like, I should really work on those. So I pulled them out a little bit earlier that year and worked on them a little bit more, but still didn't get to the heel turn. Like, I really just didn't. I must have had a lot more going on. I don't know.
You just weren't in the Buddy the Elf headspace.
I really wasn't. But they're done now.
Okay.
And I can smile.
Alrighty. I've got so much enabling.
Okay.
So much enabling.
So you can go first. Whirlwind it away.
Okay.
Dazzle us.
Yes, I have my pick of. You've got the same shirts. Well, all except one of shirts to wear at the retreat. Miss Amy just gave me the "Embrace Your Weird" by Felicia Day. Was this a Kickstarter campaign?
It is a charity campaign. I can look it up while we're talking, but
okay.
Let's see.
I super like it because I'm definitely into embracing my inner weird. And I spent the weekend with Miss Heidi, who definitely embraces her inner weird. She found a walking stick with a ram's horn and some fur at the top of it.
I saw that.
Yes. The Heidiest of things there. And the guy that was selling it looked like a troll, and he told us a story. Like, so it came with a story.
Oh, okay.
About a farting contest with a troll, and then he had a troll thumb, and it was the experience.
Yeah.
The experience.
So it's a part of an anti-bullying campaign, and you can get the shirt or a tote.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, embrace your weird. Don't pick on other people for their weird.
Mm-hmm. Embrace your own.
Embrace your own weird, yeah.
And the weirdness in others. And in fact, weird is kind of like a weird word. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, to some, I think of things that are weird as kind of cool and different, but to some that's to embrace it is kind of like embracing something that could be negative for some. And then I got the Teespring campaign. Very Dr. Seussian. I will knit on a boat. I will knit with a goat. I will knit on the train. I will knit in the rain. I will knit with a fox. I will knit in a box. I will knit with a mouse. I will knit in a house. I will knit here. I will knit there. I will knit everywhere. Mm-hmm. And I was telling Amy, I wish there had been an option to have something on the front, because it just looks very plain. Mm-hmm. When I put it on. The back says quite a bit.
It's a party in the back.
Party in the back, man. But that one's fun. And then our ZK retreat shirts showed up. So I got the pink one that is the women's sizing, and then I got the green one, which is the men's sizing.
So I'll hold up mine. I got the purple in the women's sizing. And I tried on the purple one. Mm-hmm. Haven't tried on the blue one yet. Mm-hmm. Might be a little roomier. It's definitely longer. Yes. I almost feel like I wear it to bed.
Yeah.
It's pretty long. But yeah.
I really love,
super soft.
Yeah, they are super soft, and I really love, Acme in Lawrence, Kansas, always does a really good job. I like the graphics that are coordinating with the ringer mm-hmm. up on top, and I'm a big fan of ringers.
We had somebody order the wrong size, so if you're a men's small, somebody ordered the wrong size of a color. I don't remember what the color was, but they're out on our threads trying to sell it.
Okay.
Yeah. And it might be gone already. I checked that this afternoon.
Yeah, S. Jane should just be so proud. Uh-huh. So many people walking around with, I really like that blue.
Oh, yeah. Your face. And it's a medium. You would be wearing it to bed, swimming in it.
And then I got some stuff at Shepherd's Harvest because I was raining money down. But we had just had a conversation about yarn karma this past weekend. And I told Amy, like, if there was ever a story about yarn karma, this would be it. Because mm-hmm. Show Me Yarn, I got some of that self-striping, and in that update, I tried to catch these minis and didn't get them. And this past weekend, they had an update where they showed that they were going to have these minis, and I didn't catch them. Like, they weren't available. And I brought up Etsy and started typing, like, a private message to say, can I get a custom order of those, because I really want those minis. I'm all about minis right now. I really like that these are 5-20 gram, not like 7-10, or like mm-hmm. This is a full skein of yarn right here, but just broken down into 5, and I closed it because I was like, no, there's a reason why I'm not able to catch these in an update. I'm a firm believer in yarn karma. And so then Amy messaged me today and said that they had sent something for each of us in their ZK prizes. And I was like, oh, yarn karma. So yes. Thank you so much, Show Me Yarn. I'm super excited about these. This is the Summer Fun mini set. 80/20 super wash nylon, 20 grams, 5 of this. And I couldn't deny her yarn karma, so I have the glam metal band ones. They are a little darker. They are.
They have a little bit more attitude.
For what I want to do with them, the darker wasn't my my first choice, but yes, super cool. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yes. So yeah, yarn karma is it's about not stressing over that update or that whatever. If it was meant to be, it was meant to be.
Yep. This past weekend, somebody had their booth closed, and I had gone back right before we left, was going to grab one last skein, and they had put up a thing that said that they were taking a break, and I was like, you know what? That means that I wasn't supposed to have it. Which sounds a little bit like one of my favorite movies, which is Serendipity. Like that lady who takes it too far. Like everything has to be like meant to be, and the fates have to put it in your way. But I think with yarn, I'm pretty safe in just letting it come into my life when it's supposed to, and not come into my life when it's not supposed to. All right, we're already at like almost an hour, so I'm going to try to be quick here.
Yep.
I walked past this color. The yarn came first before the bag, but they do look very pretty together. This is Kimmit Croft Fiber, and I saw all these sweater quantities sitting there in kind of a rustic looking wool. It is merino, so it's a 3-ply worsted merino. The Cheviot?
Yeah.
Cheviot. So it's a blend, an interesting blend, one that I had not seen before. Or were they supposed to circle it? Because it can't be 100%. Or that's the blend of the sheep, I bet. Could be. Because it doesn't, you would have to put like percentages.
Yes, it could be the blend of the sheep.
The sheep blended it for me. They did not, I bet. But it was $14 a skein for 250 yards of worsted, or 240 yards of worsted. I just couldn't turn that down. I was like, I love it. It's an interesting base. I love the color, and it's $14 a skein. So, rustic, goldenrod, comfort plus, kimmitcroftfiber.etsy.com.
Okay.
Boom. And then I can't remember what came next. I think I actually had the bag before I got this. This was in a booth. It is Becca Ron, is the textile, digital surface design, wearable art, fiber arts, and textiles. And she custom has these printed up and makes them. This one is You Will Be Assimilated, but it's the parts that you don't immediately see when you look at the bag that really gets me. There are zeros and ones, and mixed in with the zeros and ones is the word wool.
That's really cute.
It's really cute. And that got me. I was okay, and mine. And it was $10, which I thought was like some of those.
No, I think I've seen this person before at Shepherd's Harvest.
Yeah.
And not this particular one, though. Like, I think this would have gotten me.
Yep. And then same artist. This is like a faux suede. And this green zipper got me. But it's got a sheepy print. So the front is a sheep face with some grass. And then the grass kind of continues around, and there's her sheep butt. Just thought it was the cutest thing ever. That is just so soft. Yeah. And they were both $10. I was like, she told me the total, and I was like, I have 2 here. She was like, okay. So I thought it was a good deal. That's why the money was raining down, because I felt like I was getting good deals. And I think she's Becca Ron at, .etsy.com as well. For future show note, Megan. What else did I get? I was looking for some bright tweed. So this is Two Guys Yarn Co. in the Hot Pants colorway.
I haven't seen them in person before. That would have been fun.
Yeah. They have, I would say I probably picked one of their brightest skeins of yarn. Okay. Their palette is a little more muted than me.
But goes with your kid today. Oh, sorry.
BFL tweed. So that, and that it was hot pants. And I don't know if it's going to read, and then there's a little tie stitch marker that he slipped in there. Yep. It's going to read as bright as my shirt, but I'm trying to lose it. He had it so nicely put in there, and they're super sweet. I've seen them at Stitches Midwest, and they were at KP this last year too.
Oh, okay.
Another fun people to talk to were this Kasha's Knits. I bet it's Kasha, right?
That's, yeah.
KashaKnits.etsy.com. And when I took the picture of this for Instagram, it did not come across quite all these pretty blues and greens and purples. This is another BFL, 80/20, $24. What is the colorway? I must not get to know.
Unique.
Yeah, this doesn't have it on it either. But yes, very, very pretty. I believe they were out of the Brooklyn area, is what my PayPal told me.
Oh.
Maybe they've recently moved here. But super pretty. Like Megan colors all in one skein. And it was BFL. And I've been knitting a lot of my sock skeins recently, so.
Well, from your hashtags, you know that Shepherd's Harvest is the new Rhinebeck.
Yes. Yes. We tried to coin that. Well, it feels like it. I mean, it's like we were walking around going like, this is Rhinebeck sweater weather, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And then I stopped and saw the wonderful Kathleen and Annie. And as I mentioned, I'm all about the mini skein sets. So this is their Sherlock-inspired colorways, and it's in their mode sock, which is bamboo and nylon, so it's going to have a nice shininess to it. And I just liked the palette, like the kind of rainbow, but then there's some darkers that you could mix in there, and she's got all of the colorways. A Study in Pink, Sherlock's Kitchen, which is a beautiful green, Old Fashioned Villain, Mary's Maids, Straighten Your Knocker. So
Bristol South Pool.
Okay, I missed the blue one, Bristol South Pool. And so, yep, these are 25 grams times 6.
Nice.
And then the other one I got, Max is like, could you be any noisier? The Knitting Dead colorways for the zombie apocalypse, which is very fitting. And this is their Mode Work fingering. And again, I believe, yep, it's 25 grams. So a total of 150 grams, 600 yards. So pretty. I really like the variegated in here. Oh, and I was going to see them at a retreat, but I figured, I know mini skeins take a lot of work, and so maybe I would just take the mini skeins off of there at Shepherd's Harvest. And then I got this bag. It was at Susie's Creations. It's oilcloth bag, so it's waterproof. Ulster Weavers is the brand. Dottie Sheep. ulsterweavers.com, but it was from like an LYSE type shop. They had all kinds of books and whatever. Got a little coin purse that comes with it. This was like 30 something, and then they had a like laundry sack that I could fit one of my children in for like $2 more.
Oh.
And it was ginormous, and I just couldn't come up with a reason to buy it. Like, what would I put in there? If I put yarn in there, I wouldn't want to go like dumpster diving for it. But yeah, it was the laundry bag was like a like a canvas. It wasn't this oilcloth.
Oh, okay.
But it's gonna be a fun little purse. Definitely my colors. But you could use it as a purse. It's got like the purse kind of inner
Did you
pockets.
see those totes from Darn It Anyway? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, if I see those in person, I might have to get one.
I saw that they had them at Yarnover.
Oh, I just didn't see them there.
I picked it up and I was like, I think they were at Stephen B. Stephen B has them too. Yeah.
Okay.
So I picked them up at Stephen B. I was like, oh, that cat and the headphones and it's so cute. Yeah. They're like an embroidered or a surface
print
stitched.
Oh, okay.
It's stitched on.
We're talking about a photo that you can't see.
Sorry.
They're polka dot totes like this, and so she was talking about that, and it reminded me that there was a picture from a booth that was at Shepherd's Harvest that had these, and I wanted to see if she had seen them in person. So
I got a sheep head kit from Amazing Threads. Oh. They had a sample of it in the shop, and it was so soft. I don't even know if you're going to be able to feel how soft that is. Super, super soft.
So the yarn?
It is, and why am I not?
I've always wanted a sheep head hat kit because there's so many little
different colors. Yep. And included in the kit or in the price of the kit was that they gifted it to me on Ravelry, which was super nice.
Oh, the pattern.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a little pre-Shepherd's Harvest shopping and amazing threads.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't say on here what the yarn is, but yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I think that they had it at one time. I don't think it's necessarily what this was written up for.
No, because that's written for Shetland.
Yeah, so it probably wouldn't be quite as soft. You know, we could contact them, and it doesn't say on here either, does it? It was super soft.
Curious minds want to know.
But it was very pretty. That yellow really pops in the colors. And then Miss Amber gave me a wonderful fishnets gradient. So the colors of my soul. So pretty. And then I got a cup that has a glass from Corey that has that same, I will knit in a motif on it, like a coffee mug, but it's in the dishwasher right now.
Okay.
So. Very well packaged, by the way. So Teespring mugs were like hermetically sealed in foam, and there was no breakage. There was no breakage. And then I was last but not least going to mention I stopped and talked to this Darn Yarn Minnesota, and she was super sweet. She's got project bags that have like see-through, and then she had like see-through sections. Sorry, going like this isn't really verbalizing. And she had some really cute Star Wars, like the new like
BB-8 or
no, not BB-8.
Ray.
It's almost like a paisley print. Sorry, I can see it in my mind, but it makes the like they had one with Darth Vader and they had another with, and they were just really cute. And then she gave me these little zombie stitch markers. So cute. That's Darn Yarn, mn.etsy.com, and she's also the same on Instagram and on Gmail. Indie Yarn Design. She had dyed up yarn there as well, so kind of a
everything shop.
Yeah, an everything shop, and she was super sweet and super nice. And that is my explosion of purchases. Right. Did it seem like a lot?
It did. I have 3 more things to mention.
Okay.
So I went to and I took the silly labels off.
Retro.
This is clearance yarn from our local yarn shop, Hank and Pearl, and it's the Ito yarn. Okay. So it's a silk, like a raw silk, and this is enough to do like any sort of summer top that I could possibly want. But this was the last lime, and then these other ones just decided to come along for a striping party.
Yeah, because you're a striping savant, and because they look so beautiful together.
Yeah. So that will be just a short sleeve summer top some point. But yeah, it was one of those, I don't really need anything here. I was picking up some retreat prizes, which they generously donated, and I perused the clearance bin, and yeah, the lime said, "Hey, I'm here all by myself." And then these 2 hopped into the party so that I could make something.
He lured you in, and the other ones jumped in the cart.
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, me too." So
that's really pretty.
Yes, Spun Right Round was knitting on this very colorway in Instagram. And I said, "That's really cool. When are you going to dye that one up again?" And she actually said, "I'll dye some up in the next update for you." And I was like, "Awesome." And then when she said that, she didn't say for me. She just said in the next update. And then she messaged me and said that she could set some aside if I didn't feel like, getting cart jack struck. I was like, I don't know if if I'm going to get there. But I really wanted the snappy sock because it's a Corriedale nylon.
I think I have that literal skein.
Oh,
same
yeah,
colorway.
In the
Chimera, yeah.
Okay.
I would have to go look, but I'm pretty sure I have that exact skein.
Well, she had the most appealing toe that I had ever seen, right? It was like, oh my god, that is so pretty knit up.
Yeah, well, and those are kind of, a lot of her colorways are similar, but I'm sure mine is very one of a kind and would be a lot different than yours too, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I'm not even sure if it would be similar to the one she was making, but...
but still stunning. I was eyeballing it in the bag.
Yeah, and I think that my favorite thing about this was that, she probably wasn't knitting the snappy sock, but that's the one that I wanted, was the Corriedale. Mm-hmm. And that's what I have.
I'll have to let you know how my Corriedale base wears, but I'm hopeful. I think that it's going to do well.
And again, I was just, something that I don't have a lot of, right? I have a couple...
A novel.
Yes. I have a couple other skeins of Corriedale, and none of them have been cast on yet. So, added to the stash. It will be, I don't know when. It's one of those things.
Skein.
Yes. It will be a prize skein for a while. And then I also got lured in by Leading Men Fiber Arts long stocking colorway.
So Annie Light is doing a summer of socks.
Yes.
And has some very fabulous dyers dyeing up very pretty colorways.
The Sock School, is that right? So, cute little book bag. But yeah, they had this on their splash page. So awesome, so pretty. And I really wanted it in the Show Stealer, which is the cashmere base. I don't know why that particular picture just drew me in more than the other bases. It's a little fuzzier, has a little bit more of the halo to it. And then this wasn't what they had paired with it, but I was just really wanting a darker contrast color. Mm-hmm. And so I picked, this one is Dames at Sea. And it is gorgeous.
Yeah, it really makes the blue in the long stocking colorway pop out too.
Yeah, and the blue that's in here is something that they do dye up. So I could have went with that one, but on its own, it's very bright. Mm-hmm. I just felt like I needed it to be this dark, mysterious color. And love the names. Mm-hmm. Excited, long stocking Dames at Sea.
Which is kind of apropos.
They're going to play well together.
She has moments on a boat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Long stocking. She could be a dame at sea.
I'm excited. Mm-hmm. This is just my new favorite color combo.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what I'm going to make, but it's going to be fabulous, whatever it is.
For sure, for sure.
All right, and that's it.
We've made it through the epic purchases portion of the show.
But now on to the retreat portion of the show. It's not over yet.
Yes.
There's more.
But wait, there's more. So be looking in your inbox for the survival guide, which will be coming this week.
Yes.
Also,
closer to the end of the week.
Yep. Also on, I believe Friday is when we have the free for all. Sign up for any spare classes. Yes. And you should be receiving your retreat tee unless you received a notice that they had a back order, I think, on some of the green sizes. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't remember the sizes, which ones were, but it was only a handful, and you would have gotten.
Yeah, and I have talked to someone who received the notification about the back order.
Okay.
And they were partially shipping, at least hers.
Okay.
So she had gotten a shipping notification that she had ordered multiples. And,
mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. And then what else? We have a couple events that, do we want to pre-notice some of the... No. Okay. Well, I was just thinking if there are things that need preparation. So when you get your guide, scour it. Yeah. Because there'll be events that require planning.
Yeah. That you bring stuff, basically.
You're going to be bringing stuff. So, yeah.
And in the past, we've highlighted those in the email that accompanies the. So
Right.
we'll pop them into your attention. But just know that we've got some exciting, fun stuff that we've planned.
And I want you to read it so that you're not like, oh man, I didn't know there was gonna be that here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of different things, and
maybe next week we'll talk about it after the email goes out.
Yeah, okay, that could be.
Okay.
Just so excited to get it done.
I know, so exciting. Well, I'm excited to share it with people because I think people are gonna have fun.
Yes,
it's gonna be fun.
Some things I will mention is that Susan is busy with her mini skein swapping, so she said there might be some more spots if you wanted them. So if you missed out or you thought you missed out, can contact Susan Rista1313 on the boards about the socks, the mini skein swap. And then we have similarly named, but the tiny knits.
We've called them miniature knits now.
Miniature knits
is what the event is.
Okay.
Yep.
So the miniature knits is just anything that you've knit that's tiny. So it doesn't have to be tiny yarn and tiny needles, but the finished project should be something that's fairly tiny, 1 to 2 inches in size. We've had a few people that had good intentions, but it ended up being bigger. That's okay. All the merrier. Please bring your tiny knits to the retreat, and we will have a nice swapping event.
People that are taking my OMG Heel class will be knitting a tiny OMG Heel sock, but I probably won't have enough of those to swap. So,
unless they take it right away and they get really busy.
Yeah,
I don't know the schedule very well, so I don't even know if that's possible.
It is Thursday morning.
Okay,
Thursday or lunchish, I think.
Yeah, possible, but not very.
I could probably churn out quite a few of those. But, okay, and I'll probably distribute the pattern before the class. They can get on it, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see, what else did I have in my brain right now? Thank you to all the volunteers. We had plenty of people sign up. I will note that registration, I had opened it up a little bit wider this time, so there are open spots, but we do have a minimum of 2 people at each of the 1-hour volunteer sessions, so there's not really a need for more, but if you're still wanting to help, there are spots. Where you can
be the first friendly face that somebody sees when they're checking in. If they haven't been traveling with somebody, and check them in and make sure that they've got, if they're going to be in the 5K or they're going to be in the beer tasting, that they're aware of that. Give them some awesome goodie bag goodness. What else?
This is the last week that we are receiving donations in time to be in the Super Enabling episode. So if you were planning on sending something for the Super Enabling episode, please get them in the mail very soon, very shortly.
And that goes for the survival guide as well.
Yes.
The retreat pamphlet. So we're going to send that out once, and that will be with the folks that have gotten the stuff here by this Friday. So
and that's a one-shot deal.
We're not going to redistribute. But the website will get updated with all of our sponsors, even if something trickles in. But sending it out to folks, we wanted to make sure that,
And then, I don't know.
I can think of it. If you're a 5K-er, you should have gotten an email from me that you can submit your predicted time. What else? Yeah, just lots of stuff going on. Thanks to all the teachers that have volunteered to teach. Got some really interesting and fun classes this year. When we were sharing with the hotel folks that are helping us do all of the room orders, they were like, "Oh, that looks like an interesting class." So we'll have people helping us put together goodie bags on Wednesday, which will be awesome. And things are coming together.
If you're helping with goodie bag and you just hadn't gone out to see my update on where to meet, It is basically down the hall from the ballrooms. So if you can find the ballrooms, you can go right down there. You'll see a crowd. We'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
And
the retreat is very much a culmination of so much effort on our part and then the whole knitting community. So, just the folks that are out on the boards, keeping each other excited and being enthusiastic, that to go out there and look at it, when I've got a spare second and just see all the people that are excited, just fuels my inner enthusiasm engine. Yeah. Keeps me running. So
it's definitely getting a little busier too. Like it's turning quicker now.
Harder to catch up if you've been offline. But okay, well, seems hardly possible that it's a couple of weeks away, but it is indeed. So
just 2 more weekends.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the part that's like, oh, and I gotta like go camping with the Boy Scouts and all sorts of other things between now and then.
Yeah.
So
we're finally getting. Dexter had a friend that was out of the country.
Oh.
That is his best friend. That wouldn't be his birthday party if she didn't come. And so, we're finally having his birthday party this weekend.
So he can invite his girlfriend. No,
not his girlfriend. But all right. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. Bye.
Bye, Gupta.